What is the origin of the discovery of fire? The origin of the discovery of fire is a topic that has been discussed for many years. It is still unknown what led to the discovery of fire. There are many theories on this topic. One theory suggests that the discovery of fire was brought about by lightning, while another suggests that it was brought about by a volcanic eruption in Turkey. The discovery of fire is still unknown. It is not known when or where it occurred for the first time, but it is believed to have been discovered by humans at some point in history. It was most likely invented for the purpose of cooking, heating, and lighting. The discovery of fire is probably one of the most important events in human history. It is speculated that the discovery of fire occurred between 2.6 and 2 million years ago. The discovery of fire allowed for the development of different tools, such as an axe and eventually, cultures. The discovery of fire also led to developments in metalworking, and the use of bronze and iron. The first recorded use of fire is by Homo erectus at 1.98 million years ago. It is speculated that the discovery occurred in either Europe or Asia. Most likely, the use of fire occurred during the Middle Paleolithic period. The discovery of fire led to a number of developments in society, including the development of protection from natural hazards, food preparation methods, and cooking. With greater control over heat sources, people were able to cook their food more thoroughly with less risk of disease. The discovery also allowed for a denser population, as there was no longer a need for people to spend large amounts of time searching for food. This change in lifestyle led to the Neolithic Revolution, a period of agrarian society beginning around 10,000 BC. The discovery of fire also allowed for further development of social and religious practices. For example, it is believed that the first sacrifices to fire were made by early humans in order to express gratitude for its discovery. The social aspect of human sacrifice was also used to create a sense of community, as well as set boundaries for behavior. Although modern firekeeping was likely practiced in Europe by the Middle Ages, archaeological evidence has been found of fire pit hearths dating back to at least 10,000 years ago. In addition, there are many drawings and carvings from around the world of humans next to flames. And it is believed that they were used to express identity or spiritual beliefs. The use of fire as a sacrifice is thought to have been first used in the Neolithic, and it was a part of many religious rituals. For example, firekeepers were found at both Egyptian temples and the Israelite tabernacle. Fire was also used to create boundaries for behavior. For example, there are records of guards at ancient Roman buildings who would not cross the fire. In Hinduism, before starting a fire in the morning and after retiring at night, someone says Om or Om. The history of man and the fire. The fire is an integral part of human life. The history of man and the fire is intertwined with each other. The first evidence of the use of fire dates back to around 1 million years ago. It was discovered by archaeologists in a cave in South Africa. They found traces that indicated that early humans had started using it for warmth and cooking purposes, where they found ashes from burnt wood as well as burnt bones from animals that were cooked over fires. Presently, fire is a natural process and the main source of energy for living organisms. It has been used in various forms by all types of life forms in order to survive. Fire is also one of the most important elements that make up the Earth's ecosystem. The difference between a fire starter or sparker and a fire. A fire starter is typically an ignitable solid which can be used to produce regular fires without matches or lighters. The sparks generated by a fire starter are typically too small to be dangerous. The term fire starter is often used to refer to matches, lighter fluid, and other similar items. A fire is an uncontrolled combustion of fuel, for example, wood, paper, that creates heat and light, as well as air pollution that can spread significant damage in an area over the course of time. Typically, a fire starts with an ignition source and spreads via convection and conduction. Controlled burning of wood smoke is a practice in firefighting where the fuel is ignited and burned at a specific rate, temperature, and duration to reduce the intensity and spread of a wildfire. The fire department is the public agency or sub-agency of a government with primary responsibility for extinguishing fires and providing emergency services, including fire suppression, rescue, pre-hospital care, technical rescue operations such as extrication. Man's first experience with using fire as a tool. The first time a human learned to use fire as a tool was around 400,000 years ago. The first human to use fire as a tool was Homo erectus. Homo erectus had a more modern brain than earlier hominids, which allowed it to plan and execute complex actions. This enabled them to use fires more efficiently by using them for cooking, heating, and protection from predators. They also used fire for communication and magical rituals. The ability to use fire is one of the most significant advances in human evolution. Fire helped people develop new tools and technology, which eventually allowed them to leave their homelands and inhabit other areas on Earth. Pottery is one of the earliest forms of art and is the only prehistoric technology that can be used to store food and water. The first pottery appeared around 8000 BC in the Fertile Crescent, followed by the first bronze artifacts around 6000 BC. Chipping chert was one of the first technologies humans created. It involved forcing a stone with a piece of bone or antler at one end through layers of rock, sandstone, or shale, creating a rough edge on one side and a smooth surface on the other. This rough surface could then be used as a cutting tool to remove material and extract food. The manufacture of cordage can be classified as a prehistoric technology. Because it involves the use of materials that are not readily available today, such as plant fibers and animal sinews. Making cordage from plant fiber is known as basketry, and making cordage with animal sinews is known as fishing line. One of the earliest human technologies is fire-making technology. Fire was obtained by using a variety of methods, including using sticks to create friction, igniting small twigs placed underneath the sticks, or directing a beam of sunlight onto dry tinder. The use of fire and stone tools enabled humans to clear land, plant crops, and create gardens. Fire as a tool was a central part of almost all prehistoric societies. In some cases, fire was a catalyst for the development of technology, with Bronze Age people developing metalworking in order to make weapons and tools. Stay tuned for part 2 of how man discovers the use of fire, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you.